To Crafting Unscripted. I'm Katherine from Katherine Learns Stuff, and I'm just going to do some quick checks here while I've just started to go live to make sure everyone can see me or hear me. So I see that there's a few people online already, so if you could just let me know if you actually see me or hear me, that'd be fantastic so that I can make sure everything's working. I've got my chats displaying, but I need to change them because for some reason the system likes to, I don't know, AI it or something and tell me only the comments that it wants me to see. Which doesn't really make sense because I kind of want to see all the comments to make sure everyone can see and hear me. Oh, I'm freezing cold today. I've been sitting in the basement working all morning, not really paying attention, and I went upstairs to just get out of the basement for a second to have a quick lunch. And oh my god, it's so cold down here. I didn't realize how cold I was. And so I've been shivering ever since I got back downstairs. So I'm covered in a blanket from my waist down and sitting on two cushions, and I'm just trying to stay warm. And I have my standard tea here with me to keep me warm. All right, Barbara and Linda, you can see and hear me. Fantastic. So now that you guys can see me, let's do the fancy logo to get this party started. All right. So last week we did a book insert, pockets for notebooks. And then I was starting a new craft for a summit that I have coming up in a few weeks, and I realized I didn't have supplies, and so I decided I'm gonna go to the dollar store and buy supplies because that's my go-to for supplies because they're cheap and they're abundant. When I was there, I saw this thing here. Let me just show you. Sorry, I gotta grab it from over here. I'm gonna put it down and change my screen. Okay. I saw this thing here, and I've seen lots of people talking about this online. This is like a dollar store permanent vinyl set. It's 80 sheets. They're 12 by 12s, and it comes with a little thing. And so I thought today we're going to try this out because I've seen everyone asking online about it, and haven't actually seen anyone comment on how it is or if it's good or no good. So today we're going to figure out if this is any good or not. And so we're going to do an unboxing, I guess is what they're called. I don't really do these normally on the blog or on the YouTube channel, but I thought I want to try this out, and I don't need more vinyl because I don't need any more crafting supplies other than the random odds and ends that I run out of. But I don't need 60 sheets of vinyl because I have a whole box full of vinyl. But don't tell anyone, and it'll all be good, right? So this came from Dollarama here in Canada, but I've seen American people, people from the States, saying that they've got this at their Dollaramas as well. So we're going to test this out and see how it goes and see if it's any good. And now here at the back it tells us we've got all these wonderful colors. And let's see if we can make this work. Nope. Won't even open. Alright, there we go. We got it sort of unwrapped here. Now let's see what we've got in this. I'm going to try to not knock everything off of my workstation here, because I've got my cameras and my tea and my computer and all this stuff, and now I've got all this extra stuff. So we're gonna pull this out here and see what we got. All right, so we got an empty box now. Whoops. And we've got this. So we got a little squeegee here. So we got a little squeegee. The squeegee's got a let's say felt on it, so you got a nice smooth one. This might be good if you're doing holographic stickers and stuff, because it's nice and smooth. Because I always find that when I'm doing holographic, if I'm using any sharp edges on it, it kind of likes to scratch it. So that might be cool. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna make a mess over at the side where nobody can see it. And oh, all right, this is upside down. I thought that was the transfer sheet. I'm ready to get 15% off. Perfect. If I buy more stuff, let's put that in the I shouldn't use pile. And I've got this. Sorry, that's just making too much noise here at the side. So we've got some colors. Let's see. There's my transfer sheet. Let's put that to the side. Oh, it's got a really strong smell. I don't know, I'd say vinyl, but it's a strong plastic smell. So that's gonna go back in the bag into the box when I'm done with this activity today, so that at least it keeps the smell. So we've got a lot of colors here, and each color has a bunch of sheets, so lots of colors. And so what I thought we could do with this is, since we have all this new vinyl, we should test it out. So I've got a design here somewhere. If I find my mouse, here we go. if we go to, sorry. So I pulled this up. Hopefully you can see this. Let me see. I think you can see this. So I just went into Cricut Design Space and I pulled these up quickly so I wouldn't waste too much time during this event. But what I did was I went to images and I selected free here in my filter, and then I did an advanced search. And then I just scrolled through for like 20 minutes looking for a design. So I've avoided doing that with you guys. And so I thought we could do some test cuts with this stuff and with this transfer paper because, you know, got to see how this stuff works. So it looks nice and it seems nice. And so this is kind of like, this butterfly here has two pieces, if I can ungroup it. It's got like a yellow piece. Oops, I'm going to undo that, whatever I just did there. I've got a yellow piece and a orange piece. And I've got this greenish butterfly. And this phrase has 3 sets of text. So this is going to be 6 cuts. So we're going to send this off to cut this out and see how this vinyl works. So I'm going to make this, maybe, if I can find some stuff to make this with. Now, I was thinking initially, and maybe you guys can, like, I don't know if I like the fact that I got to do this in 3 different cuts, but this will give me at least 3 different test cuts on this vinyl. So bear with me for 1 second here, folks. I'm just trying to I had something here somewhere that was going to work. Let me just change my view here so that you can actually see me, because I've got I had a mat that was like sticky yesterday, so I don't have to use 1,000 pounds of tape, but I can't seem to find it. So one of the fun things about crafting is that, like, everything gets lost. Alright, that's not going to work. Alright, hold on a second. I got to unwrap my blanket here and get off my butt to do something here to find these pieces, because I can't find it. And we're going to have to resort to using tape. I'm sorry, but I don't have any sticky mats left. And between laziness and not wanting to buy more junk, I'm going to have to use tape to get this all done. But that's okay. I've got this figured out. So, oh, you guys didn't remind me. I got to measure. I got to measure what I'm going to put this onto so I can make sure I'm actually getting the right sizes. Let me grab a ruler. All right, my ruler's missing. Now things are just not going well. So first what we're going to do, we're going to MacGyver a solution. Another new notebook, because I need more. I actually finished 2. I've got a sketchbook and a notebook for noting. And so what are we going to say? 7 by 5 is as big as we can go. So that's the size that we've got. Another dollar store purchase, because, you know, I'm all about the dollar store. So we gotta go back to Cricut Design Space here for a second. And before we cut this out, we gotta make sure we don't go bigger than 7 by 5, because that's not gonna work. So let's change this. I'm gonna go like maybe 4. Hello, are you gonna work or no? Oh, because someone hit the wrong button here, and there we go. 4 inches by 4 inches. That's okay. This guy here we're going to change to be 3. And this guy here we're going to change to be 3. Okay. So now we got pieces that we can actually work with, because otherwise this isn't going to fit on my book. Now we're going to cut this out. So I'm going to use just regular vinyl setting on this. I'm going to move my teacup over onto this side of my table now instead, and we're going to let me just see here, what are we doing? Okay, so we're gonna let's pick out some colors. Hello Ruth, and Karen, I'm glad you can hear me as well. Okay, so first I want to look at this. Let's go back here. Sorry. Good vibes. So that's 3 different colors. Let's cancel this for a second. So it's like pink, pink, and pink. So I'm thinking here, let's just look at this. I'm thinking of doing light purple, dark purple, and this like hot pink. So that's kind of, and on my screen they don't look like light purple, dark purple, and hot pink, but that's what's on my work table here. So I'm thinking that's going to be maybe in that order, only good vibes. Okay, so that's the one. And then my butterfly, the one is going to be, kind of want to use all the colors just so like I've gotten, the one butterfly is going to be black. And the other butterfly is a 2-color guy, so we're going to just do yellow and orange. Is yellow and orange going to be looking on my book? Let's go green and white for the other butterfly. Alright, so we're going to do all these colors. I'm going to make a mess. Good choices. Alright, I'm glad you like my choices. I wonder if, like, when you guys see, because I've got like a little mini screen here, like it's like this big on my computer monitor that shows me what you guys see. Well, I assume it's what you see. And the colors are really off today. And so I don't know if you're actually seeing like the colors that I'm seeing, because I can never tell, and it's always hard because the camera looks different. And I'm just going to throw this on the floor. So we're going to go back to Cricut here for 1 second so that we can make sure that we're printing this in order like we should be, because so bear with me as I'm just trying to organize a few cutting mats here before we get carried away. So you're going to get to just look at my Only Good Vibes page for a moment as I try to stick everything down. Now, I said a second ago, I don't have sticky mats, so I'm using my green tape to tape all this stuff down. I'm sorry, don't judge me, but I don't know, I just don't like buying new mats because it's like, I don't know, more junk. But tape works as well. And I'd like to say that this tape is recyclable because it's made out of paper, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it just goes into the garbage can. So that's, you know, that one's on me, but, and I could wash my mats because I find that after washing them, they're good. But then typically the first thing that I do after I wash them is, that one's done, Only Good. After I wash them, I typically use glitter on them right away, and then we end up with useless mats again. So, you know, it's, I'm going to say I'm a special person like that. I'm always doing something crazy. I'm going to change my view here just a second, folks. Sorry, I just need to make sure I've got these first 3 sheets in order, because I'm on Only Good Vibes. What? Oh, no. Only, supposed to be Only Good Vibes. So this is, what did I say? I was going to do like this. I need to move you. This isn't going to work. So hold on a second. Only Vibes. Good. All right. Sorry, Cricut's messing up with the system here. And then we're going to do green, white, and black. All right. Now for the pièce de résistance, folks. Is my computer going to actually find my Cricut? Because typically this is not a good connection. Which is funny because the two things are like right next to each other. Yes, we're in business. We found it today. Why is mirror on? Mirror should not be on. All right, we're gonna give this here. We're gonna change my view, and we're going to go forwards here. All right, so let's see if this is gonna work. So the order on Cricut has switched everything around. So I'm hopefully putting my pages in the right order. We'll see if that works. And now we're gonna cut this out. So hopefully this won't take too long, and then we're gonna do a quick lead. We're gonna do a quick application onto the notebook and see how this works. See if this vinyl is actually any good. And if the transfer paper that they give us is good. But I like the little squeegee that we got, so we'll see how that works. Whoops, uh-oh. Are we still here? Hold on a second, everything looks like it's still good. I hit something and my screen just went black. Oh well. So finally outside it's starting to get warm. It's supposed to be like in the 20s here, so that's like, I don't know what that would be in Fahrenheit. But it's starting to get warm, and so I was walking my kids to school this morning, and it was like, I don't know, maybe 10 degrees, so not super warm, but my kids are in shorts and t-shirts because they're kids. And I was wearing, you know, my big hoodie and my sweatpants because I knew I was going to be working in the basement, and I've been just freezing all day. And that is not... Oh, cricket. So I don't know if you can tell, but we just cut out a butterfly instead of a... instead of a good vibes. Alright, let's try this again. We're just going to flip this upside down. And we're going to have a purple and white butterfly maybe. We'll see what we can figure out here. So that didn't go according to plan. So I was changing my sheets there to see which one was which, and I messed it up. So we're going to go purple and white, and I guess we'll get rid of the... I don't think purple and green is going to go very well. What do you think? Purple, light purple and white, or light purple and green? For the butterfly that was supposed to be yellow and orange initially on the okay, let me just, sorry, I've got it. This cricket drives me nuts sometimes. Sorry, I just, looks like everything has been shifted around here, and now we're gonna see if this will work. All I wanted to do was have a simple project, but like every week, it's unscripted, so we gotta expect that it's not gonna be perfect. So again, this one butterfly, that's gonna be two colors. What do you think? Green and purple, or white and purple? So let me know what you think, because I'm gonna have to figure out which piece of paper to put on there. Purple butterfly with white. Alright, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the purple and white will be better. I'm not sure I like the green and purple combo. Okay, let's go with the next one. And... any other contributors to the cause of color? Otherwise, we're just going to go with white. I'm probably not in the right order, and something is going to mess up on the cut. But that's alright. We'll make this work. And the nice thing is I just bought 60 new sheets of vinyl, so if it doesn't look good, I can always just cut out more. Alright, this is done. Purple and white. So we got two purple and whites. Alright, we're doing purple and white. And I think purple and white as well. So we're going to go purple and white. Now... just need to switch screens here for 1 second, folks, to make sure that I've got the right next sheet. Alright, this is the white one now, because that was where I did the purple. Let's do this guy here. And the black one will be last. Alright, so I'm going to start to trim these pieces. And so I need more workspace. Do you ever find that when you're crafting there's just not enough space? Like, I made a whole new workstation probably 2 years ago now, because what I had before was too small, and I thought this was going to be enough. It's not enough. It's never enough. I just need more space and more space and more space. So I'm going to do my fancy cutting here with my scissors, and then I'm going to have 1,000 pieces of vinyl that are like random sizes and odds and ends. Alright, and the last one's going in. I think we're going to start to, this is all going to fall into place soon. It's all going to work out. It's all going to be perfect. And I'm going to have some stuff on my notebook. When I used to work in, like, I'm going to say corporate America, but corporate Canada, I used to put designs on my notebooks, and I would always get like weird looks from people, like, what are you doing adding design and life and color to your notebooks? I was like, I don't have a boring notebook. And so I still do non-boring notebooks, but now no one looks weird at me anymore. So Barbara, I never have enough space when I'm crafting. I agree. I would like need another, table here and another table here and a few more tables somewhere else maybe, and so who knows, but I could always use more space. That's the one thing. But I think the problem too is if I just have so much space, I just keep kind of expanding and expanding, and maybe if I was a little bit more organized or better organized, I mean, I've got bins for everything, but I don't like, I don't put everything away. So, all the time. Well, I do, but like when you're working, like I've got so much stuff, and then especially when I'm doing these lives with you guys, I have like extra stuff on my desk here that I wouldn't normally have when I'm crafting, but that's okay. All right, let's put this here. Get rid of these guys here. I'll clean up my mess later as I throw everything on the floor. Okay, so now, we got a whole bunch of pieces. Yeah, we got 6 pieces. We should have had 6 colors, but we've only got 5. That's all right. So we're gonna see how this stuff weeds. And now I've got like a pick that I'll typically use to pull stuff apart with, but if I can, I just use my fingers to pull this apart. So that's a pretty good cut there. There's another piece here. Now I know that if I have a bad blade, my thing won't cut nicely. That turned out nice. I like that one. It was easy to weed. I know, so as I was saying, I know if I have like a bad blade on my machine, then it won't cut as nicely, but I put a new blade in a few weeks ago, and it's been working well with mostly everything, except for this piece here that's not coming through. Well, the pink's not coming out as nice as I would like. Gotta give it a little bit of extra love when I'm holding these pieces down, but that's all right. But if the vinyl's good or if the paper is good, then it cuts. Even like with I found when my blades are dull, it will cut nicely if the quality of the material that I'm cutting with is good. But if the quality of the material that I'm using is no good, then I find that it doesn't matter if I've got a sharp blade or a dull blade. This isn't coming off nicely either. I was so hopeful that these were going to be good, but I mean, for $3 at the dollar store, $4 at the dollar store, I'm not going to complain for 60 pieces of vinyl. But now let's try to get this piece off. I like this font. This is in like a lot of different designs recently. I don't know what the font's called, but I like the font, and so I'm glad it was free today, because not everything's always free every day with Cricut. So I got 2. I got good vibes, and we got 1 butterfly. I'm gonna see if I can get this one to peel for me. Does anyone else like add designs to their notebooks? I'm gonna do a pick for that. That's too small. Let me know if you do design your notebooks, and if not, then you should really try it, because it's super fun, and it adds some personality. Now, not everyone uses notebooks. I get that. I use them a lot because I've got lots of ideas all the time, and I'm constantly like doing something in a notebook, either writing notes to myself, things to do, my to-do lists, or my ideas for new projects, or my sketches. So I'm constantly going through books. So I like to have little designs on them and have them nice and like fun. And so I'm always getting new books. I have them everywhere, but I try to keep like my books organized so that they're not like, I don't know, all over the place and the wrong stuff. So like my sketchbook only has sketches, whereas my work notebook has just work notebook stuff. All right, that came out. It's hard to see here. I'll bring this up and see if you can see this. There's that one there. I have done for children's names. Oh, kids' names on stuff. Yes, I do that. I've done that with books. I do put stuff on my notebooks. I don't like boring plain notebooks. I don't like boring plain notebooks either. But yeah, my kids, I do. I used to put their names on the books for them and stuff like that, but then they decided that they preferred custom stickers instead. So I'll make like, you know, whatever the latest thing is that they're into. So there was a Pokemon phase a while ago, so I made them thousands of Pokemon stickers, and then whatever else they had in mind. All right, we're almost done here. We've got this last one coming up. Ah. So some of these are coming out nicely, some are less nicely. Oh, who decided to pick such a busy butterfly? All right. Well, we're gonna leave the busy butterfly for a minute because we're running out of time here, and I've got stuff all over me. Sorry. All right, so let's get my notebook here ready to go. Good vibes only is going to go on the front. And Lynette, hello from Georgia. How was everything in Georgia? We're going to do, I'm going to cut this up. And then maybe I'll save this, or maybe I won't. We'll see how good this stuff is, because if it's no good, then I'm just going to, good vibes only. If it's no good, then I'm just going to throw it out. I have a whole lot of paper that I use, and it's I have so much of it that even though it's really sticky, I could keep it. I don't think I will ever finish the roll that I have, so I'm not going to keep the pieces from that. But if this is really good, if this is better than the stuff that I currently have, although it smells just as nice as the stuff that I currently have, so that's always a bonus, right? So we're gonna do, let's see if we can make this work. Only goes first, and I'm doing this wrong. I'm gonna need to put this back here for a second. And it's not only, it's good vibes only. What am I doing, people? All right, let's see if I can take this off now. Now I've done this. Get back on there. All right, let's try this again, folks, because clearly I'm losing my marbles. Good is first. Let's try this, come on. All right, good goes first. We're gonna take good off here. Let's use my squeegee and see if my squeegee's, ah! We're gonna mess this all up, just like practice. Hello, Ava. Today it's nice and cool and breezy in Georgia. It is warm here in Ontario. We're getting supposed to get up to 20 degrees, I was mentioning earlier. Let's see if this comes off nicely now. Okay, good. Vibes goes next, not only. Just so that we're clear, and I'm gonna mess this all up. I'm totally doing this wrong. I need to tape this down for a second. Bear with me, folks, as I make a total mess of myself. I'm doing this completely wrong, but I don't like doing multiple layers sometimes with different colors like this. All right. We're gonna mess this totally, guys. This is not working today. I should have done this differently. Well, this is a disaster. Thank you very much for your valiant efforts, Catherine, but you've messed this up. It's all right. We can make this work still. Maybe. Maybe we can make this work. I gotta straighten out this paper here. All right. Wow. This is not going good, folks. My brain seems to be totally off when I'm trying to do this. And is anything gonna stick? All right, let's try taking this off. As usual, we are messing things up when we're doing it live, but that's all right. Okay, last sheet going down here. Maybe if we're, oops, I'm gonna move this up so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Just stay down. All right, we're gonna try this. Is this gonna go on like it's supposed to, or are we just gonna have a complete disaster? Well, that's good enough. All right. Things are not cooperating today. I'm gonna blame the operator, not the material. Because, you know, I seem to be having a rough one with this. And this is not the way that I'm doing this in the future. I don't know what I was thinking, putting this all on at once. All right. We're going to put this, we're going to try to put this on without too many wrinkles, even though I've got wrinkles in everything. So let's see how this goes. I've totally messed this up, but whatever. Well, this transfer tape's got some pretty good stick to it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to reuse it though, because it's like sticking to itself. All right, one side done. Will I fit a little butterfly on here? Sure, we're just gonna peel this butterfly and stick it on. Thanks, Linda, for, no, we're not gonna do it this way. This guy's not coming off either. Thanks, Linda, for coming. Hopefully you can watch the rest on the replay. We're gonna try to do this quickly. I'm messing everything up here. I did a terrible job putting this vinyl down onto the stuff, and I got bubbles everywhere, so I'm not impressed with that. But I think the problem is that I'm just like messing everything up today. I don't know how I could be a bigger mess on this. We're gonna put this butterfly right here. Give it a squeegee. But this transfer tape is like super sticky. And then I gotta just do this last little butterfly here with my stuff. So, oh, I wasn't thinking when I picked this butterfly, folks. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I thought this was gonna be better. I thought I picked a good design to make this work today, and so far things are not going according to plan. And I'm gonna move this out of the way. Maybe I got some better light over here. I'm sorry I'm not participating in the conversations over there, but this vinyl's getting to me. I always find, like, I always think I'm a decent crafter, and then like something happens and it all falls apart, and I'm just like, do I actually know what I'm doing? My husband actually said to me the other day, he's just like, are you actually enjoying this crafting? As I was swearing profusely at my machine for not working, and I said, oh yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's just, you know, some days nothing works out, but it's no different than anywhere else, nothing working out. And so he laughed and he laughed, and it was a good laugh. And then I, you know, went back to crafting. So, but we're almost done this piece here, and if I can get this finished, everything will be good. I reheated my tea because I started it off and then I got busy setting up here, and then I was freezing cold, and now with all this stress of this vinyl, I'm like burning up, or I'm coming down with a cold. Both are possibilities. All right, I just got like 5 more of these little holes to do. All right, that guy's ready to go. We're almost done here. Now I gotta figure out, white butterfly goes down first, purple butterfly goes down second. And remember that, folks, so I don't forget that in 30 seconds when I'm trying to put this on my book. White first. And then we're gonna do white first. White's gonna go on the back, kind of here. Give it a squeegee down. I like this like fancy felt thing on the back. And now we're gonna do the purple butterfly on top. And let's see if we can line this up properly. But based off of how things are going today, my guess is it's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. All right, purple butterfly with white. That's a good color combo. I think that turned out nice. Just leave that my butterfly at the back. And my front of my book is done. We did it. Now I've got vinyl everywhere as per plan. It'll be in my hair by this afternoon. So Ava and Lynette, glad you guys are having a good chat there. I'll have to catch up on this conversation that's going on. But I think we got that done, and we're a little bit late again today. Sorry, it took a bit longer. I didn't realize I was going to have such problems with the vinyl, but you know, I seem to have problems with everything that I do whenever I do these live crafting sessions, because like as I always mention, it's really funny when I do these, because this is like, you know, 20 minutes of, I don't want to say hardcore crafting, but like I don't prepare this stuff beforehand, and like my videos, I try to make them polished. But you know, I do like 16, 17 takes on some things when I'm doing my videos, and then when I do this live, there's always something that goes wrong. And so I'm always appreciative of that you guys hang out and watch me do this and do these with me, and I appreciate your input. Thank you for all the nice comments. So that makes me feel, you know, nice and appreciated with that. So thank you for that. And I guess that's it for today. So this is, so the vinyl turned, oh, so we do this thing here. Let's do like a final wrap, right? So we did this vinyl pack from the dollar store. The vinyl's, it cuts pretty decently. Some of the colors were, you know, that there was a little bit of stick with it. I did a terrible job applying this to my notebook because there's bubbles everywhere, but I blame the operator, not the material. It cut nicely, it sticks nicely. We'll see how if it sticks onto my book until next week. I think I like the vinyl. It's thick. It's got a good like texture to it. I think I just need to not be so quick when I'm using it, because that's one of the problems, is if I'm not able to sort of slow down a little bit. Maybe it would have been easier if I had just taken a little bit extra time, but I like it. I think it's good for like $4, 60 pieces of vinyl. I would buy it again for sure. So that's my thoughts on the vinyl. So if you've got a Dollarama near you and they sell that stuff, the squeegee alone is worth it. And this transfer tape paper that they include is like super, super sticky. Like this is way, way stickier than the stuff that I use. It's very, very sticky. So I will not be throwing this piece of used paper out. I'll be keeping that for later. All right, so we're gonna call that a wrap for today. Thank you everybody for joining us, or joining me, and thanks for all the conversations, and thanks for the encouragement and the nice words at the end. And I will be back next week. I don't think I know what we're doing next week yet, so and if you got any ideas, drop me a note. Let me know if you got any ideas what we could do next week. Otherwise I'm gonna wing it again. All right, thanks everybody, and happy crafting.